What if I told you $1 million is the new norm in Charlotte real estate? Well, today we're going to break down exactly what I mean by that right now. So over the last several years, our market here in Charlotte has seen tremendous growth. But on top of that, home prices have risen exponentially. Since 2018, there's been a big change in the market, and I can tell you from my research recently, $1 million looks like it's becoming the new norm. If it's your first time at the channel, welcome. My name is Mitch Boraski. I'm a senior real estate advisor right here in Charlotte. And if you're considering moving or maybe buying or selling a property, I would love to be a resource for you. But without further ado, I want to jump right into this video because I've got some great data that I want to share with you. So let's break this down real simply. Since 2018, home prices have exponentially increased, and that is no secret, especially during COVID. But when one of my clients had asked me, Mitch, how much are home prices really increasing down there, and is $1 million really the new normal? I did a little research, and as you can see on the screen, in 2018, the average sale price in this city was around $283,000 in Charlotte. Now fast forward to May of 2023, and the average sale price now is $470,000, and that is a roughly 170% increase in the average sale price. However, the more interesting thing is the number of $1 million sales that occurred during that same period. I can tell you back in 2018, based on the MLS data that I pulled, there were around 683 sales that were over $1 million. Now, if we fast forward and look at total year 2022, the number of home sales over $1 million was 2,023 units. That was an increase of over 210%. So what is this data really telling us? Well, number one, it appears as though the $1 million price points certainly are increasing exponentially in the number of units that are sold in the city. Also, as the city becomes more populated, of course, home prices and home demand is increasing exponentially. Now, the MLS president recently made a statement and said for our MLS, many of these people are relocating from major metropolitan markets such as Los Angeles, San Francisco, Boston, New York City, Washington, D.C., Seattle, Washington, and in all of those areas, home prices, the average is significantly higher than it is in Charlotte. So what is happening? These people simply are cashing out in those cities, and they're coming to Charlotte, which in my opinion is still undervalued compared to these other major cities. So they're able to sell a home, for example, in San Francisco, where the average sale price is around $1.5 million, and they're able to sell that, come over to Charlotte, and still buy a fantastic place for roughly $1 million or less, depending on where you're going and how far out you want to live. But that's really what's happening here in our city. Is it's not just the increase that's happening from, let's just say, the local economy. This is happening from the population growth and the massive relocations that are going on to Charlotte in this country. Now, I also want to point out there's been a lot of big corporate relocations that have hit our city recently, and many of those companies, of course, are bringing employees here. Now, there is still a big work from home component, which again is driving a lot of demand for homes in our city, because instead of going to the office 5 days a week, people, from what I'm hearing from friends, etc., they're only needing to go in sometimes 1, 2, at best 3 days a week, in most cases, to the office. So they rather work from a home office in their house, and that can range anywhere between 20, 30, maybe even an hour outside of Charlotte, and you can get much more for your value. But long story short, the $1 million prices that are selling in the city are exponentially increasing, and that is because of the relocation that's coming into the city. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I would suggest watching this video right here, where I give a ton of information on the Charlotte market and other things that are happening here. But again, my name is Mitch Boraski. I'm a senior real estate advisor located right here in Charlotte, and I would love to be a resource for you. But if you like these videos, do not forget to like and subscribe. We're going to have more of these coming out every week. And as much as I like to make these videos, I like to educate you to make sure you're well directed in your next home purchase or investment. Without further ado, guys, I'll talk to you next week.